This is sort of a Mass Pike poem. This is a Mass Pike daydream. It's fun to daydream about high school when you're over 60. To Katrina, wherever you are, XOXOXO. I drive the Mass Pike past your city. Well, it was your city in 1969. We were juniors in high school. A 30-mile romance meant bus rides and walks from the station. Your dad and my dad agreed. It was too far, too fast for novice operators. We'd eat dinner with your parents and sister. I was quizzed about school, the fish market. When they'd leave for a movie or the mall, you'd grab Monopoly or Life, open the box, arrange the board to mid-game. Then we leap onto the couch, mouth mash. Your braces bruised my gums, but I didn't care. When lips were too sore to collide, our eyes traced track light halos. My arms rested on your shoulders, your hands clasped my waist. Our legs lurched until finding purchase. Laughing as much as talking, we defied gravity, parents, homework, jobs. When we heard the garage door rail, a quick kiss brought us back to bridge chairs, the table, the board. One of us threw dice. Your mom, dad, sister came into the room, our faces red, our lips swollen. Sister hugs us. Your parents acted as if they believed we were playing a game. 45 years later, I still grin. Touched my tongue where carved gums drove me into daydreams of you, while my teachers' mouths shaped lessons, or my knife skin fillets with one stroke. As Cheryl said, I went to school at Webster University, which was then Webster College in St. Louis, and here I was coming from Worcester, Massachusetts, and going out into the great Midwest, into a city with a whole different racial heartbeat. I wrote this poem just about the time of Ferguson, and so I'm told this is my Ferguson poem. It's called It Was One of Us. Ray, 6'2", shoulders that carried kegs like cans, charcoal skin, knee-hole jeans, red t-shirt, vest populated by black power pins. His girlfriend, Rebecca, minister's daughter, albino white, a wisp wearing peasant blouses, gypsy skirts. In heels, her head caressed his collarbone. First year of college, greenhorns in dormitories. A slick 9-ball shark, Ray collected quarters at the pool table. Most of the guys were flush East Coast whites. He grew up in a prole Midwestern ghetto. Sinking the 8-ball, Ray would grin and say, "The black one always ends up in the hole." When we talked about the draft and Vietnam, Ray lectured about brothers emoliated by the Kong. If we counted with Jews in cattle cars or shuttle boys as cannon fodder, Ray would pop a ball, shake his chin side to side, shut his mouth. At Muddy Waters, a bartender ignored him to serve whites. We grabbed the guy, told him to give Ray a beer now. He looked up into the stolid face, hat brim cocked a tad, drew the draft. Ray wouldn't brook our anger, said it wasn't ours, but his. He was one of us, but we were never of him. One night in the pool room, a bottle of Boone's Farm apple appeared. Those that could hack sweet vinegar took swigs. Ray knocked back half the bottle. 3 games later, the swiggers knew the wine was spiked. Ray never did acid, didn't even smoke the occasional joint. He started talking about men with ropes stalking the windows. Hand shaking, he dropped his cue, ran out into the quad. We found him on his back, thrashing in dirt, flailing arms and legs. Afraid he might run into a wall or the street or a glass door, 6 of us pinned him to the grass. Ray kept tossing me off his shoulder, but I hung on. An ambulance wailed in, all flashing lights and siren. Ray bucked even harder until the paramedics needled his arm. 40 years later, we gather without Ray. He dropped out of school, out of our lives. One of us says Ray is homeless in Soulard. Who spiked that bottle crashes the conversation. It's a spirited debate, townie or prankster or stranger. I say nothing.